Julius Caesar, one of Rome's most powerful and influential leaders, was assassinated on March 15, 44 BC. His murder was not an isolated event, but the culmination of political tension, personal ambition, and ideological conflict within the Roman Republic. The assassination and its fallout marked a turning point in Roman history, leading to the eventual end of the Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire under Augustus. To fully grasp the significance of Caesar's assassination, it is essential to examine the events leading up to it, the assassination itself, and the consequences that followed. Julius Caesar's rise to power was characterized by military conquests, strategic alliances, and political maneuvering. Born into a patrician family in 100 BC, he quickly ascended the political ladder, securing positions as quaestor, aedile, and praetor, before eventually becoming consul in 59 BC. His political career gained momentum through the formation of the First Triumvirate, an informal alliance with Pompey the Great and Crassus. This arrangement allowed him to secure a military command in Gaul, where he conducted successful campaigns from 58 to 50 BC, significantly expanding Rome's territories and earning the loyalty of his legions. Caesar's growing power, however, alarmed many in the Roman Senate, particularly the Optimates, a conservative faction that sought to preserve the authority of the Senate and resist the rise of individual rulers. His relationship with Pompey deteriorated after Crassus's death in 53 BC, leading to a civil war between the two former allies. In 49 BC, Caesar famously crossed the Rubicon River with his army, an act of defiance against the Senate's orders. This led to a swift conflict in which Caesar emerged victorious, defeating Pompey's forces at the Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BC and subsequently consolidating his power as Rome's undisputed leader. Following his victory, Caesar was appointed dictator for 10 years in 46 BC and later given the title of Dictator Perpetuo, dictator for life, in early 44 BC. This move was seen as an existential threat to the republican system, as many feared he intended to establish a monarchy. His actions, including bypassing the Senate's authority, appointing his own loyalists to key positions, and accepting honors traditionally reserved for kings, only fueled resentment among the Roman elite. Several of Caesar's reforms further alienated the Senate. He restructured the Roman calendar, provided land for veterans, granted citizenship to more people within the provinces, and expanded the Senate to include more representatives from conquered territories. While these measures benefited many, they also diminished the traditional power of Rome's aristocratic class. Moreover, the symbolic aspects of his rule, such as his depiction on coins, his acceptance of excessive honors, and rumors that he sought to be crowned king, intensified fears that he sought to destroy the Republic. The conspiracy against Caesar was led by a group of senators including Gaius Cassius Longinus, Marcus Junius Brutus, and Decimus Brutus. While their motivations varied, some genuinely sought to restore the Republic, while others acted out of personal grievances. All shared the belief that Caesar's death was necessary to prevent tyranny. On March 15, 44 BC, the Ides of March, Caesar was scheduled to attend a session of the Senate at the Theatre of Pompey. According to historical accounts, he was warned multiple times about potential danger. A soothsayer famously told him to beware the Ides of March, and his wife Calpurnia reportedly had nightmares predicting his murder. Despite these warnings, Caesar proceeded to the Senate, dismissing the concerns as paranoia. As he took his seat, the conspirators surrounded him under the pretense of presenting a petition. At a given signal, they attacked, stabbing him 23 times. According to Plutarch and Suetonius, Caesar's last words were either "et tu, Brute," suggesting a feeling of betrayal upon seeing Brutus among his attackers, or a silent resignation. Regardless of his final utterance, the act itself was brutal and chaotic, leaving Rome in a state of shock. The assassins, who called themselves the Liberators, expected to be hailed as saviors of the Republic. However, they underestimated the public's reaction. Rather than celebrating the end of a potential tyrant, the Roman populace mourned Caesar's death. Mark Antony, Caesar's close ally and co-consul, capitalized on this sentiment, delivering a powerful funeral oration that turned public opinion against the conspirators. Caesar's will, read aloud to the Roman people, further cemented his legacy. He had left a generous inheritance to the citizens and designated his great-nephew and adopted son, Gaius Octavius, later Augustus, as his heir. This revelation not only secured public support for Octavian, but also set the stage for a power struggle between the assassins and Caesar's loyalists. In the months following the assassination, Rome descended into chaos. Brutus, Cassius, and their allies were forced to flee as Antony and Octavian consolidated power. The second triumvirate, composed of Octavian, Antony, and Lepidus, was formed in 43 BC to defeat Caesar's killers. Their forces clashed with those of Brutus and Cassius in the battles of Philippi in 42 BC, where both conspirators were defeated and committed suicide. Following this victory, tensions within the Second Triumvirate led to another civil war. Octavian and Antony turned against each other, culminating in the decisive Battle of Actium in 31 BC, where Octavian emerged victorious. By 27 BC, Octavian had secured absolute control over Rome and took the title of Augustus, marking the end of the Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. The assassination of Julius Caesar was a pivotal moment in Roman history, reflecting the deep-seated conflicts within the Republic. While the conspirators believed they were preserving Roman liberty, their actions inadvertently accelerated the collapse of the very system they sought to protect. Caesar's death set in motion a series of events that ultimately led to the rise of Augustus and the establishment of the Roman Empire. The irony of his assassination is that rather than preventing autocratic rule, it solidified the transition from a republican government to an imperial one. In this way, the fall of Julius Caesar marked the dawn of a new era in Rome, shaping the course of Western history for centuries to come.